to my channel. It has been entirely too long since I filmed a video and gotten to post to YouTube, but I am back now and I'm gonna explain kind of why I was gone for a month, or actually over a month, yikes. But if you guys can notice from my background, I am not in my Florida house anymore. I'm back in Ohio. I'm in my hometown. And today in this video, I'm just gonna kind of explain to you guys why I went to Florida, why I was there for 8 months and now I'm back home, what's going on, where I'm going next, all of that. So that's gonna be in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I'm about to be way more active, I promise. I've missed YouTube so much, but I just had so much going on with school and moving that I just didn't have time. I'm an architecture student, and if you guys know anything about architecture or architecture school, we have no time. Like, I seriously worked on my projects for 12 to 14 hours a day, and I just really wanted an A this semester. So this past month and a half, I've just been like grinding. Like, I have put in so much time and effort into my projects, just really hoping to get an A this semester. So that's what I've been doing. School comes first, and now I'm done with my semester and I can make YouTube videos again. Let's go ahead and get started about why I moved to Florida and why I'm back home. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I am an architecture student at the University of Cincinnati, and part of their program is a co-op program. And so basically that's cooperative education. And what that means is I go to school for a semester and then I go and work for a firm for a semester. I work a 40-hour-a-week job, it's paid, and it's just like I have that real job working at that firm. It's not like I'm just observing, like I'm actually working on buildings and real projects that will be built. And it's just an amazing opportunity that the school offers. So for my very first co-op, I applied to Florida, New York City, California, Chicago, Colorado. I just really wanted to go somewhere other than Ohio, because who doesn't want to live in another state for 4 months and just kind of try it out, right? I ended up getting a job in Sarasota, Florida. I was so excited. I literally just packed up all my things and I left for Florida on New Year's Day. And me and my mom drive down there. It was a 16-hour drive. We just drove the whole way through. And I got to my house where I actually decided to live in a house that's like off-campus housing for a nearby college. So I was living with 3 other college girls and they had already been living there. So I got there at like 1 in the morning. And I got inside my house and it was really weird because there wasn't any decorations or anything in there, and it almost looked like it was empty. Like, I wasn't actually sure if my roommates were there. So my mom and I are just like moving in all my stuff, like being kind of loud. And then one of my roommates walks out of her door and she goes, can you be a little quiet? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't know anyone was here. It looks empty. But yeah, apparently they just didn't want to decorate, whatever. So anyways, I start moving in all my stuff. And there's a gecko under my dresser. I was like screaming. Like, me and my mom were like, what do we do? Like, what do you do when there's a gecko in your room? I was not about to pick that thing up. Like, I was not used to geckos, okay? So I went over to my roommate's room and I was like, hi, what do you do when there's a gecko in your room? And she's like, oh, that happened to me last week. I got it. She goes over and picks up a Uncrustables box and goes in my room and like scoops up this gecko and lets it outside. And I was like, wow, you are the bomb. Thank you. We like moved all my stuff in and spent the night there. And by the next day, I was a little freaked out. I was like, whoa, I'm about to live in Florida by myself and it's gonna be really scary. But yeah, I cried a little bit. I was just like so overwhelmed and anxious. So me and my mom ended up going to the grocery store and getting some cute decorations for my room and just kind of like making it a little bit more homey in my room. We went to Siesta Key Village and we shopped around a little bit, just like kind of calm my nerves a little bit. And we met up with one of my friends that goes to school down there. He moved from Ohio to Florida for school. So we met up with him and that made me feel a little better too. So I also got a gym membership because I love to work out, and I thought that that would be something like something to do, something to take my mind off things, maybe meet some people at the gym. So I got a gym membership at Crunch, and yeah, that was helpful. So my mom ended up staying with me for about 5 days just to help me get settled, and we were kind of just like exploring Sarasota. We went to the beach, went shopping, like I said, just kind of hung out. And then she left me the day before I started work. And as soon as she left, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know anyone here. I don't know what to do with myself. So I just went to the gym. I didn't know what else to do. So I just like worked out for a really long time, like probably an hour and a half. And then I went home and I just like painted and like watched America's Got Talent, kind of just tried to take my mind off things with like the fact that I was kind of freaking out a little bit. So the next day I started my job at my firm, and it was so nice because everyone was so welcoming, and they were coming up to my desk and just letting me know that if I needed anything I could go ask them, and they were just like so happy to have me. And they made like a little card for me and a shirt and a water bottle, and I kind of just got my desk all set up and met my bosses, and I absolutely just felt so much better and so much more relieved because I knew I was going to be working with really amazing people, and all the girls were so nice, and yeah, so I felt so much better after that. So I kind of just ended up getting in a little routine of going to work every day. I was working an 8 to 5 job, actually 8 to 5:30, and then I would go to the gym and then go home and like paint or watch Netflix, do YouTube videos, whatever. I was like pretty content. I just like didn't have that many friends my age because Sarasota has a lot of older people that live there. It's actually known as like a retirement type city. Like a lot of people just go there to retire and be relaxed. So there weren't that many people my age to meet. The college was right there, but I just didn't see that many college kids around. I don't know how that happens, but I just wasn't like meeting anyone, especially because I was working all day. So what I would do on the weekends is I would just kind of meet up with photographers in the area, and I started shooting in Tampa like every weekend. And so I got to meet some people through that, and I was staying busy. So then in February, Ben Sempoli ended up having a meetup in Tampa, and I had been looking forward to this meetup before I'd even gotten to Florida. I saw that he had posted about it, and I was already so excited about this meetup, and I had messaged him earlier and asked if we could shoot, and he was like, yeah, for sure, just come to my meetup. So I was just looking forward to that so much. And so I got to the meetup, and there were probably like 100 people there, no joke. And I just went there alone, and I was a little intimidated at first, but I kind of just walked up to some photographers and asked to shoot. And so yeah, I'm just meeting some people through that. So I figured since I was at his meetup and I really wanted to shoot with him, that I should go introduce myself. So I found him and I was like, hey, we have a mutual friend of Logan Deddy. My name's Amanda. And he's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I remember him telling me about you. And he's like, let's go shoot. And I was so excited. And we shot for a little bit, like very briefly. So we ended up just shooting the rest of the day. I was like not hanging out with Ben too much, but I was shooting with a bunch of different people. And then he invited me to go hang out with like everyone from the meetup and get dinner together. So we got pizza, and it was probably like 9 o'clock at this point. Like I had spent probably 4 hours at this meetup. And I ended up meeting this group of photographers and models that came in from Michigan to go to this meetup. And we started talking, and they asked me like what a good beach was in Tampa to do a photo shoot because they were wanting to go the next day. And so I gave them a recommendation, and they actually invited me to go with them the next day. And I was like, of course, I want to go. I want to hang out with you guys. So we ended up all going there together the next day, and Ben came as well. So yeah, it was like 12 of us maybe, and we all just like shot around the beach in Tampa. And I hung out with Ben a little bit more. We talked a little more, and yeah, we just like became friends pretty quickly. So the next weekend, me and Ben decided to go to Atlanta, Georgia together for a meetup with Shawnee Varner. And we were just like so excited to go because all these really talented people were going. And so we spent a weekend in Georgia and we just shot like literally the whole day, like morning till night. We just shot around Atlanta and it was so fun. And we just became best friends from that trip. And we just started hanging out like every weekend, shooting, hanging out with other photographers and models. So I guess if you ever move to a new state, you just kind of gotta think about what your interests are and try and get involved in that. I mean, it doesn't have to be modeling, obviously. It could be literally whatever your hobby is. Just try and connect with other people that have the same hobby. And, you know, maybe you'll make some friends. My job was going really well. They were taking me to lunches and I was getting to design for like real projects. I was working on real buildings. I was learning a lot and everyone was just so nice. And it was just a really great work environment. I loved going to work every day and I just had my little routine and it was great. So then in April, when COVID happened, I ended up working remote for about a month and it was a little tricky because I was still kind of learning the job and learning what to do. So it was kind of hard to learn remotely, but I kind of just stuck it out for a month. So then school came back around. So the end of my 4-month co-op was over and I should have been moving back home to go to school for the summer, but my classes got moved to online. So me and my mom talked about it and we decided it would be best if I just stayed in Florida because I was really happy there and I didn't want to do online school at home. I don't know. I just wanted to do school in Florida and it actually wasn't the best time to travel home at that time. So yeah, I just renewed my lease for 4 more months. So now that I just did school for summer, that means fall semester is coming and I'm back on co-op. So jobs were very slim this year because of COVID. Not many firms were hiring. Usually my whole class of like 100 kids get hired, no problem. But this year there's still about 50 people without jobs. So like literally only half of us got hired and it was really stressful. But a firm did contact me in California and I got the job. So now I'm moving to LA. Yeah, so I'm gonna be moving in September. I'm gonna be living there for 4 months. I've already found a house with 5 other people and it's really close to the University of Southern California. So I'm gonna be around more college kids and my apartment complex is all college kids. So I think I'm gonna be a little more happier there and like have more friends my age. So I'm really excited about that. And I've already been connecting with photographers down there that I met through Ben and I'm just really excited. I'm really nervous, but I've always wanted to move to California. That has always been my dream. So the fact that I get to live in LA for 4 months is amazing. So I also asked you guys some questions on Instagram about me moving to Florida, and so I'm just gonna answer those now. So someone asked, what is the best part about living in Florida? And to me, it was just the scenery and the atmosphere. I absolutely love palm trees and I love the weather. I'm not a winter girl at all. I just want sun all the time. So yeah, just like my drives to work were like beautiful. So no matter what I was doing, it was just, I was always in a good mood just because of the atmosphere there. Also photo shoots, like no matter where you're shooting, there's always something pretty, you know, like in Ohio, I feel like you have to really like scope stuff out to find good areas to shoot, but like that's not the case in Florida. Like everywhere's pretty. So what did I miss about Ohio? I miss my friends and family like nuts. I mean, I did not see my friends and family for 8 or 9 months. I mean, my mom visited me a little bit, but other than that, that was it. I like literally felt so disconnected for a while. But yeah, it's nice to be home and like see everyone. I just, yeah, it makes me really happy to see all my friends. What didn't I miss about Ohio? Like probably the weather. And like I said, it's just not as pretty here, but what are you gonna do? This is my hometown. And so it's nice to be back, like no matter what, but yeah, it's just not as pretty. Where did I decide to live in Florida? Well, my job kind of determined that. So they were in Sarasota, so I lived in Sarasota. and I loved Sarasota. It's beautiful. It's a little more pricey than like other areas, but you definitely like get what you pay for. Like it's just gorgeous. So price on living, what is that like in Florida? It's very similar to Ohio. Honestly, my grocery bill was the exact same as it was in Ohio, and my rent was very similar to my Cincinnati house. It was a couple hundred more a month, but again, that was because I was in Sarasota and the cost of living there is just a little more. But say I was living in like Bradenton or Tampa, I think I could probably find a house for the same that I was paying in Cincinnati. So literally, I did not feel like I was losing money in Florida at all. I feel like it's the same. It's really not that bad. Do you miss the winters? Did I miss the winters? No, I didn't. I was so happy to escape Ohio in January because I'm a freeze baby as it is. I don't like the winter. I don't like putting on coats. I'm not into it. So no, I don't miss the winters. Didn't miss the winters. What was the hardest part? Definitely like initially getting there was really hard. Just for like dropping everything, you know, not having any friends right away. It was hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But you really just have to make the most of it. Like I couldn't just sit in my house all day, you know, like I had to reach out to people and do photo shoots and stuff like that to meet people, and it really worked out. So yeah. A lot of people ask me if I moved to model there. It probably looks that way just because me and Ben were shooting like sometimes twice a week and I was posting like nuts. And yeah, it probably did look like I moved there to model, and I wasn't really showing that much of my work life on YouTube. It probably just looked like I modeled all day, which was not the case. I was either in school or working. And yeah, that just kind of shows that like social media shows you one thing when something else is happening. I mean, I worked really hard during the week in order to be able to do fun things on the weekend. So yeah, no, I didn't move there to model. I wish I did, but I didn't. I just did a lot of stuff for fun. And me and Ben actually ended up doing a lot of like collaborations for companies and some work for companies. So yeah, we shot a lot together, as you can see from my Instagram. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to move to California. Really excited to take you guys on that adventure. I'm probably gonna make a vlog about me moving, so I'll take you guys with me. We're actually driving out there, so that's like a 36-hour drive, but the drive is beautiful. Like we're gonna be going through Utah and all these pretty mountains, and it's gonna be so pretty. So I'm definitely gonna take you guys with me. And yeah, I think that's it. Sorry this is a long video, but I just want to explain where I've been, explain like, I don't know, why I'm moving from Ohio to Florida to Ohio to California. Like, it's crazy, I know, but it's just what I'm supposed to do in school. So yeah, I'm thankful to go to Cincinnati to get these opportunities. And if you guys have any questions about like architecture or like, I don't know, college, anything like that, go ahead and leave in the comments below. I can make a video about it. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.